Yo guys, welcome back to another video, and low-key I'm fed up of this shit, man. I cannot be bothered anymore. So yeah, as you can see, my current score on my release tournament is 331 million. In this run alone, if I got like more crits, it could have been like 335, 340, etc. But it's just cooked, man. What can I say? It's just pure RNG. Like just before this, I spent 1 hour trying to get a good early game, and I did not get a single good run, so I just did not play it out. And if you look at my clips right here, so starting from the 31st of July, you can see it's like good, like all the lengths, you can see like it's a lot of like clips. So 31st of July, so when I start, you can see I started at 10 a.m. ended at flipping 20, is it 23? No, not even 23, bro. It kept going until midnight. And then the day after midnight to like the day, and then flipping, it's just a lot of like, you can see, look, all the days I'm doing this shit, bro. Like yesterday alone, I spent 9 hours, maybe 10 hours. So you can understand that I'm trying to do this shit for you guys, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's just pure AFK. I mean, not pure AFK, but like pure RNG. Like, what can I do? But if you guys can manage to make a macro for this, please let me know. I'm trying to like AFK this because it's just pure RNG. Like you can see. So this is the team we are running. It's one small change from the last team, and that is changing out Galtha for Utahime. The reason for this is because, if you guys are aware, there has been some few changes, so stagger and slow stack, and one more change is, before, when you used to rewind with Megami, the slow would affect the rewind range, making your enemies just not go as far. And since that does happen now, like they go pretty far even while slowed, you don't need Galtha at all. So we got Fruin, Kenny, Megami, Utihime, Inamaki, and our Senku. In terms of equipments, this is what I'm running on them. So Megami is Hexblade, Bamboo Bottle. You need to have a high roll on the bottom one. The top one, not as much, but of course it does help if you have a lot more range, because it pushes them further. Then for your Kenny, you want a good Hairbells, Shinigami Sword, and Katana. And as you can see, you have very good equips. So the fact that I can't even get like 335 or 340 just shows you that how big the RNG diff is for this. And then Furin is this 19.8 magic book, and then this Shinigami Sword right here. Then for Inamaki, make sure you have the inverse equipment because it is the most important. And then Parrot Slingshot and Magic Orb. And then for Utahime, Parrot Slingshot and Magic Orb. And Senku irrelevant. But pretty much one thing that I did do in this run in terms of like changing my placements, let me just show you. So wait, there's a few settings that you need to have. So let me just show you. So keybind, so you go to this setting, I have it set to E. So toggle auto upgrade placed units, and this setting I set to Y. And in terms of that placement, so if you have the setting that I have on the auto, the keybind, this one, toggle auto upgrade placed units, I set it to E. So if I click E and place through it, you can see she gets maxed out. So at the end, when you are through and spamming, it is quite important to have that setting on. And also Utahime is used so through and spams are doing more damage, and she helps for early game because she's only 9k to max. So instead of upgrading a Galtha, you can easily max her and have 2 units buffed. And in terms of one more thing that I did do, so in terms of placements wise, let me just show you guys. You guys can skip to the actual run if you guys understand this, but yeah, pretty much my Megami placement will be, let me stay up, so like right about here. So if you upgrade him here, let me just set the sandbox, so an enemy to like edge of his range. Is that edge of range? Yeah, that should be. So set an enemy there, you'll see what I mean. So if you I'm doing that. What am I doing? So set him to that. You can see when you set him to last year, he's covering all of this. So as long as you get this placement right, he should be covering this whole part. So you're maximizing your damage. Because normally I do set him here and leave him to first. So when the enemies do get close to him, he's not really going to be hitting as much. And I guess you do lose on a bit of damage. And in certain points, it matters a lot hitting the enemy, as many enemies as possible. So that's one thing that I did change in terms of my Megami, my Megami placement. And in terms of the overrun, there's not much to say. Yeah, physically, there's nothing else I can say. It's just pure RNG, and yeah, I wish you guys the best of luck. So, without further ado, let's just get into the actual run. And yeah, good luck with your runs. There's like, I think, when's the update? There's like 4 or 5 days left. So yeah, good luck. Okay. I'm gonna try to explain the wave skips as best as I can because I mean it should be very simple to follow. Long as you guys follow it, you should be fine. So, two Senkus first, then Furun and Inmaki, and then your Senku again. Then what you're gonna be doing for most of this is just auto upgrade. So, auto upgrade your Senku and your Furun. Then take off your Senku's auto upgrade, put it to another Senku. And then put it to the next Senku. And then put your Kenpachi down as well. And then turn off your Furun placement. Place your Utahime and max her. Well, not max her, but auto upgrade her. Turn off her auto upgrade and then put it into Senku and Furun. And then auto upgrade Senku and Furun. Then now turn off Furun's one and put Utahime on auto upgrade. And then Megami down with auto upgrade. And yeah, from here you can just watch it play out. And then you set your wolf to priority 2, then you set your Kenny to priority 3. And yeah, there's not much I can say. After this wave, you want to make sure you auto your 2 abilities, so click auto on both of them. So the priority order should be your Megami into your wolf into your Kenny, and that's pretty much it. And you don't do anything until wave 23, so as soon as wave 23 has ended, that's when you max your Throne. So that's what I kind of mean in terms of like the wave skills should be pretty easy to follow. It's like the first 12 waves need a lot of focus. Then after that, it's very self-explanatory. Like there's not much to say in terms of your own like input. And the only thing I can say is you just need a good RNG from wave 30 onwards, and even like wave 20, like 6 to wave 29. Even these two waves, wave 22 and 23. If you get good RNG on these waves, it makes a big difference. So you max your Furun at this point using your auto upgrade hotkey. And yeah, you just watch it play out. There's not much you can do from this point except for just watching it play out. And in terms of your Furun, once she's max upgraded, the 2 attacks that you want to be critting on is like attack 2 and attack 4, and I guess attack 6. So I mean, when I mean attack 6, 2 and 4, I mean when her arcane magic is at 2, her arcane magic is at 4 or 6. And yeah, in terms of my wave pacing, I'm gonna be looking at the top of my screen, and at wave 38, you should be at 11:29. If you're on that pace, you're on for a good run. If you have a better pace than that, like you're at 11:31, then you're in like for an amazing run. But of course, the late game RNG does matter, so that's the most important thing. You can see I crit there, but it did not really matter because the wave just did not skip. And in this run, I had like an 11:28 pace, so if you manage to get a better pace than this, it could just easily lead to a better run. And after wave 38, you can't wave skip anymore, so I'm gonna place my Megami back here, making sure he is placed in a way where he can cover both bends when you max upgrade him and set him to last. You make sure your abilities are on auto. Your Furun can be replaced as well. And you want to be making sure you're placing Utahime's around, so she is covering like the path as well, because you want to be making sure when when Maharaga is in the range, he is getting the buff as well. So yeah, in terms of unit priorities, your Maharaga and Wolf should be first. Your Megami should be set to last. Your Inumaki should be set to first. Your Furun should be set to first. And your Kenny should be set the strongest. But yeah, you can see in the bottom right of the screen, these are what your unit priorities should be, just so you guys do know. And yeah, pretty much what I can say is you can go AFK for the next like 3 minutes if you want to do, because nothing really happens. As long as your Megumi's oh my days, W voice crack. As long as your Megumi's ability is on auto, yeah, you should be fine. So I probably will start speaking again like when it's 6 minutes in, or when I start doing something actually that requires any macro management. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna be spam replacing my inner marquee because, as you guys do know, the enemies have a stagger cap of 10 staggers. So you're gonna be constantly staggering them just to make sure they're getting slowed for a bit more. And any enemy who isn't slowed, you can just slow them. But yeah, pretty much we're going to be spam placing our inner marquee in a way where he can just inflict stagger onto them because there's a 10-second cooldown on it, so might as well just make the most of it. Because in this whole run, or with our placements on inner marquee, they're really only going to be staggered twice. So you're going to be maximizing that, making sure they're always staggered. And in this way you can effectively store them well enough to the point where they won't leak. Because you can't have any leaks out when you run. If you have a singular leak, then your whole run becomes chopped. You should be ending the run in like with 120 kills total. So you can't have a single leak at all. So yeah, as you guys can see with my placements, there should be like a little grey band, like when I mean grey band, I mean like a little like area where there's no slow being inflicted as well. So you can see the inner marquee on the far right. His range ends at a certain point. So like let's say near the blue enemy right now. And then the top inner marquee won't be hitting those enemies, so you're gonna be making sure the enemies in that little small area is getting slowed as well. And yeah, effectively there's a bit of RNG as well with Kenny's dismembered. And I would say the crits at this point aren't as important, but getting crits overall just help you run. If you get more crits mid game, it helps you a lot because you'll just have no leaks. And at this point, you're going to be turning your auto, you click your E key because you turn on the setting I showed in the intro, so it should be toggling the auto upgrade when you place them. That's the setting it is. If you guys don't have it on, turn it on. And after my friend does her 7th arcane magic attack, I just spam replace her. And I'm going to be doing this until the end of the run, so there's not much for me to say, it's just pure RNG from this point. You will see where I get crits. I think in this run I only get crits at... I think I hit I hit back-to-back crits at 1 minute and 57 seconds left. And after that I didn't hit a single crit until the last minute. I mean the last attack. So yeah, you can see how many red attacks I have in terms of like red numbers. And yeah, it's just pure RNG, there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, so there's one crit. So we'll count it from now. So that's one crit. Okay, that's 2 crits. In the final minute, that's where it matters most. And even the final minute, the final 30 seconds, that's where it matters the most, to be honest. Because the rewind is going to be effectively helping you to the point where enemies should not be leaking until the last like 30 seconds. So those crits matter the most. And yeah, I think after this attack is where I hit the crits, the lucky crits. So crit on this one and the crit on the next one. And then after that, I just did not crit until the final attack. I think that was Kenny's crit, but Kenny's crit isn't going to be doing much. It's mainly because the friend crits matter the most. So right now at this point, I'm just waiting for the rewind. And from here, you just have to keep praying you get crits. This is where it matters the most because the enemies like that are very low are going to die regardless. So hitting crits on those guys aren't as important. You're going to be pretty much be critting on the guys that are just spawning in to maximize your damage. Now that centipede curse, yeah, I would have killed him regardless, even if I didn't crit, so it's pretty useless critting on him, you know what I mean? But that's pretty much it for the strat. There's not much to say. It's just pure RNG. So if this video did help you guys, like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.